Hello, students. Okay, so this is our first of two videos to welcome you to the course this semester, and this video is primarily to guide you through the Canvas page. So just to kind of give you navigation, how to get around in the course, okay? So as you can see, we're here on the page that you actually arrived at this video, and so hopefully we'll have taken a look at some of this information already, but I encourage you to kind of look through the details of that. But if any of it confuses you, don't worry. That's okay. We'll answer those questions. Okay, so here's where you began. If you look below this video, you'll see here's the course summary in terms of dates. So you can see when everything is due. This is a great place to start whenever you open up the course to see what's due on a particular day. What you'll notice is that most of the stuff is going to be due each week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The Fridays aren't really showing up here because they're not up yet. But the first week, Wednesday, will be your first due date. But so here you can see where everything is due. Okay, now this is just an introduction, this page, so really the meat of the course is going to be in the modules page, okay? The modules is where you'll find all of the things that you need to do. We're going to start with our course introduction and how to utilize the tech for the course. You'll notice here that we have 5 weeks. Each of these weeks is a unit, so we'll be doing this essentially all of these modules in chronological order, except for this exams module, which you'll be using for all of the units. And then there's this sort of silly curious things module at the bottom. So, okay, so let's start off talking about the course introduction. Here is our second video to welcome you to the course. That one is going to explain a little bit more about the details of what I expect out of you and what you can expect out of me in this course. So after you're done with this video, go immediately to the course introduction module and click here and start your second video to get a firmer understanding of what this course is going to be about. Now the syllabus, you can click here. We will go over a little bit over that syllabus during our next video, but you can get a copy of the syllabus here. It's always available to you. You'll also have an equation sheet you can look at here. This is going to be available on all of your exams, so I encourage you to use this equation sheet for your homework so that you'll get adjusted to looking at the equations as you're solving problems through the course, and then that will be consistent through your exams. I also have listed some study tips here. I get a lot of questions about how people can succeed in the course after they've realized that it's a little bit more difficult than they expected, and so here are the study tips that I suggest. Okay, so that's the course introduction module. The next thing you're going to want to look at is our text. So first, you're going to need to set up our homework system. We'll talk more about that in the next video. But if you click here, it'll give you a little bit of information on that. I wouldn't worry too much about it because when you press on the first homework module, it will immediately ask you to set it up. You also will need to set up Respond as Lockdown Browser. Now, you're going to need to download the Lockdown Browser if you haven't already. I think many of you will be familiar with the Lockdown Browser, but if you're not, this will give you a little bit of information, and I'm here in case you need more information. Now, you're going to need to submit PDFs for this course. And in order to do that, you're going to need to create nice, crisp PDFs and be able to upload them. So here are some videos for how to do that using just a phone app. It's free software that you can use to upload to PDFs for your homework assignments. This fourth bit of this module, you're going to keep coming back to. This is your entryway into our Zoom sessions that we're going to have. We'll be meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You don't have to go to those sessions, but I feel like you'll be a little lost if you um, just watch the lectures and read the book and don't have any communication with any other humans on this topic. So I'm here for you for at least 4 days, and then you can also meet with me at the same link if you set up a time to meet me. So this is going to be your doorway to me during this course, besides email. Okay, so that's the setting up your tag. So let me just give you an example of what each of your week modules is going to look like, because you're basically going to have three aspects to this course, three different things that you turn in this course. You're going to have homework that you turn in, you're going to have labs that you turn in, and you're going to have exams that you have to take, which I'll show you in just a second. Before that, though, you'll want to look at the lectures. I really encourage you to do that earlier on in the week. So if you click on the lectures, here's week 1 lectures, what you'll notice is that I've got all the videos set up for week 1, and each of the weeks will have their own sets of videos. Another thing that you'll notice is that I have titles for segments of videos. These are going to be segmented according to the homework assignments. So for the first week, you have 2 homework assignments. One is on the Coulomb force, or called electrical forces. So these are going to be the videos that are associated with that. And then here, you'll see another set of videos, and those are going to be associated with the second homework assignment. So it's broken down so that you'll know which videos that you need to pay attention to before you begin practicing those particular homework sets. So the first thing you'll need to do is look at those lectures and also read the relevant sections of the book. You'll also have the homework segments that I talked about. So the first part is just basically getting adjusted to Expert TA if you haven't already. And then you'll have 2 homework assignments on the first week. You'll have 3 generally for the other 4 weeks. So you'll need to do each homework segment. For week 1, you have 2 labs. So what you'll need to do is you'll get your lab here. It'll be a Google document. So you can grab that here and you can submit it here. And then you'll need to take a lab quiz here. And then you'll do the same thing for the second lab. Now, we also have some not required materials that I like for you to have lots of resources. So you'll have required materials that you have to do. And then down here at the not required materials, I've set up a discussion group so that you can talk to each other or me. You can pop questions in and out. It doesn't really matter if you're in week 3 and you think of something and you go back to week 1 and you go, wait a second, I have a question about this. Not really important. It's totally informal. You can just pop in here, ask questions. I'll try to if I can get notifications on that, then I'll come in and answer questions if nobody else does. But I really encourage you guys to talk to each other. Um, I'll also be revealing some more practice besides the homework, just so that you can get um, practice that you may or may not want to try out. It's not for a grade. It's just in case you want more practice before the exam. I generally don't reveal the practice answers until later, so um, those will pop up midweek. I encourage you to test each other with those. And then also I have quiz videos that I supply. So those, again, not required, but if you go into the quiz videos, then you can try the problem that I supply. And if you think you have the right answer, skip to the back of the video, check and see if you've got the right answer. If you don't, you can always come back and go back through that video and see how I did it. So I try to make sure that you have plenty of resources to succeed. Now, each of these weeks is going to look like that. But at the Friday of each week, we'll be having an exam. So you'll go to the exams module to get that. Now, the only one that's showing up right now is the Respondus test, because this is just to make sure that you can use Respondus properly before you begin your first test, because you don't want to find out that you can't use it properly in the middle of your first exam. So this is to check that out. Okay, you can also access the discussions here. Um, you can also look at the grade module. Now, grain of salt on the grade module, because if you've turned in a lab, you can't necessarily get an accurate grade until I've graded that lab and put it in. So the grades will be a little bit trailing. So keep that in mind when you look at the overall scores. Okay, and if you have any further questions about how the Canvas course operates, then let me know.